and welcome to today's video, which is a Cavco Maker Plus video. Although I'm using Cavco Maker Plus, you can do this process on any of the Cavco programs. So today I'm going to take a picture and create some vectors from that picture and repair some of the vectors, because I do know some are a little bit odd, so we'll correct them, ready for a laser job actually. But today we're just going to concern ourselves with making vectors from a picture. Okay, so I'll try and keep my head out of the way, and we'll bring up, let's drop this down first, and then we'll bring up Cavco Maker Plus, which is the Cavco program I would recommend if you are a little bit more than a beginner, because this one you can actually create a 3D object or relief yourself. And also below this video, in the video description area somewhere, you will find a discount code there that you can use on any of the products. Okay, so already I can see now this is a yellow work area. This is indicating to me that this is the 3D window. Well, we're strictly speaking with vectors and things like that, you need to be in a 2D window, a drawing type window. So, and you alter that from up this top corner up here. So you just go onto this tag that says bitmap layer. I'm just going to make it smaller, because the easiest way to fetch something into Cavco is just to drag and drop it in. Now it's at this stage that you can decide where you want to start your program or geometry from. Now, if you're using a CNC router or something like that, normally you start in this bottom left hand corner. So we're going to leave that like that. The size of that, probably a little bit too big. I think this needs to be 600, I believe. I think that'll be a little bit better for us. I know the material that I'm going to eventually cut it is 600, although when I can make it larger or smaller, whatever I want to do really. Okay, I work in millimeters, as you can tell. No need to do anything else there, just press OK. So, believe it or not, there is approximately 255 different colors there. We just see it as grey and white, but there's a lot more in between. These boxes down here, you see they're black boxes. Each one of those boxes is a different shaded colour. I'll actually go to big screen for you. Okay, now if you come down here, you can scroll through. You see they're going a bit grayer, a bit grayer, a bit grayer. There's actually some green in there as well. Anyway, there's 256, I think, different grades of colour. So we need to narrow that down to the minimum amount to 2 or 3 colours, because we want to ask Cavco to draw a vector, a line. Okay, a vector is any shape of line, curve that is drawn on here, or that is on this, or will be on here. It's called a vector. Okay, so we need to reduce the colours of this now, don't it? 2 or 3, or the minimum we can, without losing too much detail. So we're going to go up here to the bitmap to vector tool, which will bring this up, and it's divided up into several different actions. And the first action is reduce colors. So we'll go here, press on reduce colors. So automatically, as we've pressed on that, Cavco has reduced the colors in this picture to 32. Hence the boxes are all reduced down here now. Can you see that? Okay, sometimes I find it easier, especially at the workshop here, to actually film off the screen, because I talk with my hands. Okay, and I find it easier talking to the camera like this, with you stood there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is reduce that down further, but we're going to watch the picture as well. Okay, we're going to watch that picture to make sure we don't lose too much clarity, because it will go very pixely if you're not careful. But we can actually get around that as well. So I'm going to catch hold of this slider bar and slide it down, slide it down. See the boxes disappearing down here now? You won't see too much change in the picture yet. 7, 6, 5. Ooh. Yeah, see this now. This now is beginning to change. Let's just move this a little so you can see. I might go down one more. 4. Oh, actually, no, it's going to be okay. 3. Okay, let's see if it can go to 2. In actual fact, this is a pretty good picture for doing this sort of thing, because I can come right the way down to 2 colours only. So it's white and grey. You will notice that it is a little pixely, but it's not too bad, because we've got another trick up our sleeve that we can use. So we're going to apply that. Okay, so that's now applied. Let's make this a little bigger. Okay, so you can probably see there now it is slightly pixely or pixelated, because the picture is made up. Let me zoom in and I'll show you. The steering wheel here. Okay, the whole picture is made up of pixels, little boxes. So we now have to draw around this, or get Cavco to draw around it. And it can do it fairly easily. Let's go back into there like that. Now then, down here to these figures here, it says speckle size. Okay. Now, what that means is each individual box, okay, each little box here, like if I can come in on the end of this squiggly line, see, now that's a single box, and that's a group of 4 or 3 there. Okay, so we're going to tell Cavco that the minimum boxes then, or speckles, that we want it to draw around, okay, is 2. Okay, anything less than 2 it's going to ignore, so it's going to draw a line and miss that box out altogether. Now that's a good thing, because then you're sort of telling Cavco, well, we want you to go down to this detail and no further, otherwise it gets messy. Okay, gets too detailed, in other words. Right, so we'll come back there so you can see the general picture. Now the smoothness. Now what that represents is, I'll come into the steering wheel again. If you lower that number down, it's in percentage terms by the way, if you took that down to like 25%, it would tend to want to follow each jagged edge. Okay, if you take it up to like 90%, it will just do a circle there in the middle. Well, we want a little bit better than that. We want it to sort of conform or even out these jagged and put a line sort of through the middle of them. In other words, take an average of all these individual speckles and draw a smooth line around them. 75% I have found is about the optimum. You really have to alter that. And I'll show you what I mean. I'll leave it zoomed into here. Primary color is the dark color. So what we're saying is we want it to draw around the black. Actually, we probably want it. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll get it to draw around the black, I think. So we'll keep that as our primary color. Cavco, in fact, will look at the picture itself, and it normally will determine for you the best mode then to operate in. Okay, you will find that it does help you out quite a bit. Okay, so we're going to press create vectors, and there they are. Can you see them in purple? Now you'll see them better if you go over to the slider bar over here and fade the picture out a little, and now you can see the vectors that you're left with. You see what I mean by, hang on, I'll bring it up just a little bit so you can see the, okay, so you can see now what I mean by it will even them out and do a nice little curve that a laser or in fact a router can actually follow. Cut it out or engrave it. So there you are. It is really as quick as that to make vectors, but we've got a little mistake that I can see, and that's on this edge here. It's flattened out. Now if you was making this for anybody, it wouldn't look very nice with a flat bit, would it? It's okay to be flat on the bottom, but not there. That should be a rounded edge. So we're going to alter this to make a rounded edge. Okay, so we're going to accept that, and it's easily accepted. Just cross out and it'll stay there. So we're going to fade the picture all the way out. Okay, and get rid of a couple of vectors that we don't want. So that one there, okay, because they're not grouped together yet. Now when I deselected them, all these are individual vectors, okay? So we haven't grouped them or anything yet. So I've selected the outer box that was drawn because we want to delete that. It's just I've selected it and now it's deleted because I just want this in the middle. Now I'm going to zoom into the problem area here. I'm going to select it, that outer bit, and I'm going to come over here, okay, to node editing. Alright, now a vector has nodes, alright, or areas around it that you can push, pull and alter the shape, which is exactly what we're going to do. Up in that top corner there, we're letting Cavco know that we want to do smooth, rounded lines. We want to keep it smooth and rounded. If I took that tick off and caught hold of this node and pulled it, it'd go like a triangle. Alright? So we're already telling Cavco we want nice smooth, a smooth movement then, a smooth geometry. So all I'm going to do here is catch out of this one, hover over it, press the left mouse key down and pull it out. Okay, and move it up slightly. I want to put another node there, so I'm going to pull this node up a little, pull it there, just to iron it out a little bit, take a bit of the kink out, because I'm zoomed into this quite a bit. So you'll see that it's pretty well curved. I mean, we're sort of magnified in here. Okay. Now then, I'm going to just turn this a little. That. So I'm just rounding it a little. What about that? I think I'm good with that. Yep, I'm good with that. So now I'm happy, and I can't actually see any problems there. I can't see any lines crossing over. They look all right, but it is always best to use the Vector Doctor to check it out for you. Now the Vector Doctor is up here, which is the green cross up here. Press that. And what you want to do is identify any loops or crossovers. And as far as the Vector Doctor is concerned, nothing there. So you are confident now that you are going to be able to make toolpaths for this, or put it into your laser, and there's not going to be any dissecting sort of lines. As I am putting it into a laser, I just want to run around it and make sure that they are going to be thick enough to hold themselves up once you've cut something out. So this area here, down to here and up to there, that's going to be cut out. And I just wanted to make sure that there was enough material there for it to hold up itself. And I think it's okay. I can't see anything that's going to be any problem whatsoever there. It's going to be fine. Okay, so the next thing to do then is, and I've got them all selected, is to group the vectors. So we already have it, all the vectors selected. So you come over to this side over here now, behind my ear. Just run my finger there somewhere. It's highlighted like purple with a box around it. And see, you hover over it, it says group vectors, or you can use a hotkey for it. Now it's changed color to a purpley blue. That indicates that those vectors now are all grouped together and are one item. So now I can export these vectors to go to a laser, or I can now VBit carve this if I wanted to in Cavco Maker Plus. So that is how to create good vectors with a Cavco product. Now any of the ones will do it, you know, Cavco Maker, Maker Plus, or Cavco the main program. They will all do this exactly the same as I've just shown you. So there you are, a fairly quick tutorial today on a very powerful program, Cavco Maker Plus. So don't forget, underneath this video, in the video description area, you'll find my Cavco discount code, which is applicable for all the Cavco programs, whether you get it monthly, purchase it outright, even if it's the industrial program, the discount still applies. So if you liked the video today, please like and subscribe, and if you really like what I'm doing, you could consider becoming a patron to the channel. Patron information is down below this video in the video description area. So thank you for joining me today, and it's bye for now.